So I want to read one more of this time in the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures. We're going to go to Romans chapter 13 this time. In Romans chapter 13, it says, 13:13, I'm sorry. Let us walk decently as in the daytime, not in the wild parties and drunkenness, not in immoral intercourse and brazen conduct, not in strife and jealousy. So once more, no exact wording or details of multiple people getting together, having sexual intercourse, relations, etc. But just says, hey, don't overindulge in these things, or indulge in some of them, period, depending on what they were, because they are detestable to God. Yeah, there we go. So another one that I found, or at least I was wondering about, is masturbation. Personally, for me as a man, when it comes to masturbation, and it's not from a spiritual standpoint, this is more so from, I guess, from just a personal opinion. I don't like it for the simple fact that as a man, it would remind me of a time in my young youth when I was super lonely. So that's why I don't like masturbation. It reminds me of a time when I didn't have a girl, didn't have a lady in my life to help me deal with those intimate feelings and things of that nature. So that's why I have a problem with masturbation. I'm like, no, and then even still, I'm like, I'm not a Prince Charming, but I'm like, I feel like I'm a good looking man. I have some going on in my life. I'm not a passenger in the car. I'm the driver. So no scrub, if y'all got that joke. And I have a little change to buy my lady a gift and take her out and do things. So I should not have to masturbate. I got a lady for that. And again, that's just my personal opinion on it, why I don't like it. It makes me angry to think of me having to do that at this age in my life. That's something, again, for young teenagers who maybe are still virgin, or they just have no one to help them with that. So it's just sad. I'm sorry. So no, I'm not sorry. It's nothing to be sorry about. So anyway, but I tried to look for something in the Bible regarding masturbation. How does God feel about it? I actually couldn't find much. There's a chapter that I covered previously in another video, my last video, that stated it was Genesis chapter 38, verse 8 through 10, in which it was the story of Anan, whatever way you pronounce it, in which he was told to have sex with his brother's wife because his brother had passed away, and to bear children, and Onan didn't want to do that, so he had sex with her, but he pulled out and shot on the ground. That's not masturbation, because she was present and he was inside of her and pulled out and did that. Masturbation has always been generally described as a solo act, and even though you can do it with a person present, it's generally a solo act. And it's just like, don't really give me any type of understanding in the Bible as far as it's something that's condemned or whatever by God. It's nothing there. Can't find nothing. So Leviticus chapter 15 may be close. I don't know. Let's go there and see. So in Leviticus chapter 15, which will be verse 16 and 16 through 18, where it says, and if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water and be unclean until the evening. Once again, don't really say masturbation caused this uncleanliness. I would figure if the guy was masturbating, he wouldn't soil his clothes like that. I figure he would shoot it on the ground like Onan did. Or wherever he's doing it, he would shoot it somewhere else. But anyway, it just says to clean yourself. Basically, that's my take on it. Clean yourself afterwards, and you're going to be dirty to the evening, even if you've cleaned yourself. I don't know. Just strange. So again, couldn't find anything specifically in the Bible regarding masturbation, but I've given my personal opinion of it. So to move forward and move on again with all these crazy sexual acts that we read in the Bible, I mean, some serious crazy acts. For example, having sex with animals. Really, bestiality. It's like, geez, like what was wrong with these men? Like, and women too. Like, why? And again, I try to look through the Bible for actual occurrences, but I didn't find any. However, I did find it being spoke of, which in a way not to do it. So obviously it was occurring or occurred for it to be spoke of. Don't do that. Don't do that. You get destroyed. And let's find one of those chapters where it says that Exodus chapter 22:19. I'm like, man, human boy, disgusting. Disgusting. Here's Exodus chapter 22:19. All right, here we are. So anyone lying down with an animal must surely be put to death. Again, why are you lying down with an animal? Why are you having sex with an animal? What is wrong with you? But you're going to be put to death for sure. So let's go to Leviticus again. And chapter 18:23. Let's see what it says about having sex with animals. Discuss. All right. A man must not have sexual intercourse with any animal to become unclean by it. Nor should a woman offer herself to an animal to have intercourse with it. It is a violation of what is natural. I strongly agree it's a violation of natural. What are you doing? Oh, let's go further in Leviticus still, but chapter 20, 15 through 16, which says, if a man has intercourse with a beast, he should be put to death without fail. Agree? And you should kill the beast. Well, the beast's kind of innocent. If a woman approaches any beast to have intercourse with it, you must kill the woman and the beast. They should be put to death without fail. Their own blood is upon them. I don't get these men. I don't get these men. Or women, if it's since they brought up a woman too, telling her not to do it. They were super loose back in those days. And realistically, man is even worse today. But look how horrible they were way back then. Like, wow, they was doing these things then. And again, with the animal is fairly innocent if a human is doing this to it. Now, the animal may, because the animal is kind of a servant as well. And if you do this with an animal and it participates, like, okay, this is what you want me to do, it's still kind of innocent, but it says the animal must be put to death too. That's very strange. It kind of makes me wonder, like nowadays you see way too many people with these dogs. I'm sorry, everywhere you look, all through the city, somebody walking a dog, they got a dog, they got a dog. It's like, what's really going on with all these people being dog lovers? Could they be pulling this mess? I hope not. Jeez, that's disgusting. But fortunately, we do have laws. God had a law back in the days that you will be destroyed and put to death for it. And nowadays, there's laws as well. I don't know how many put them to death for it because people are getting caught with it. But there is a law that's protecting our animals from sexual intercourse with humans if they're caught. So anyway, yeah, just strange. But I do want to read one last verse in the King James Version this time in Deuteronomy 27, chapter 27, verse 21, where it says, cursed be he that lean with any manner of beasts. And all the people shall say, amen. Yeah, I agree. But look how further that went through. In addition to being put to death, they're cursed. And I'm like, geez, like, is that curse extending to generation when those people were innocent, unless they continued it? But it's just, wow, they're cursed as well. And I wonder what's the depth of that curse. But it doesn't matter. The good news is we know that it was something detestable to God, as is something detestable to me as well to hear about things like that. So glad that they got just for it. And I actually have somewhat of a conclusion this time, somewhat, which is we see man doing so many horrible acts. They did it back then, they're doing it to this day. And it's like they started this mess way back then. And even though God has destroyed man personally, played a personal hand in destroying man for these acts and other wrongdoings that he said was against his commandments and just righteousness, etc., it kills me how man is still doing these things, still doing all of it and more to this day, this very second while I'm speaking. There is some horrible man somewhere committing one of these acts who you love, but I'm just saying, like, these things occurred and people were destroyed for them. They were destroyed. So it's just ironic that these things have occurred, these odd sexual acts, things of that nature, rapes, etc. It's despicable. But that is my only conclusion, that man still has a long way to go. And it started way back then. Even those with the favor of God were still committing ridiculous acts. These dirty fathers with their daughters not protecting them, offering them up. That enrages me to this day. So I'm going to end on a continuation of my previous joke, which is this right here. So again, if me and a female angel did have relations, sexual relations, and we had a baby giant, man, I wonder what type of sport that baby giant would play. He would probably be awesome. Or if it's a she would be awesome. Like, man, and I have some awesome children now. So just imagine if one of them was a giant. Like, that is my silly joke. And thank you all again for making it to the end of this video. This pretty much was part 2 of the last video, Odd Sexual Occurrences in the Bible. Thank you for reading along with me once more. I do want to say that continue to treat each other as best as possible, and be easy on these sexual intercourses. I mean, a lot of us love making love and the intimacy, but be careful on what you're doing out there. If you like this video, learn something, etc., do subscribe, hit the like button, because I got some more coming. My next video will touch on God. Has he appeared to man? If he did, how did he? How did he look? I would love to know these things. So till then,